Welcome back to Motorsport Manager, everybody. First year at Alpine Matmet here, sixth year overall. It's 2021, and we are in the Endurance Series, WEC lower division. And we're debt, and we're about to get more in debt. We got to figure out how we're going to deal with Ardennes. But obviously, the first thing we need to do is get moving on this engine. Get working, designing new parts there. So whatever. I'm going to go with that one there. Either make some money at a race weekend or bring down your pre-race costs by firing more expensive members of staff. Okay, so he's not willing to go any further than that. Than the 4 million in the hole. Maybe the limit is 5 million? In any case, let's try requesting additional funds. It's a little early in the season to be asking for money, don't you think? Okay, so I can't... Can I design maybe something that's cheaper then? Which one's our spec? Yeah, okay, so we're looking for spoiler, gearbox, and brakes. And what do we have near the end of this? We've kind of got a hodgepodge, really, but let's just go with the brakes. That's only 300K. We've got a plus 20 there. Will they let me do that? They will. So it's looking like 5 million's a cutoff. Now, this is still going to get us in trouble. But I just feel like we need to use the design time however we can. Okay, so top speed, the engine and the nose are the key parts for this. So let's boost reliability on those. Let's see, do we have the right staff in the right places? Your performance, Gleisner, a little bit better on reliability. Yeah, so let's do that. We're not even going to max these out, and those are going to be the more key parts. Now, I think we're going to have to fix parts in all the races, most likely, but at least we won't have to fix these a ridiculous amount of the time, relatively speaking, if we elevate them up. The only thing I can really do is go forward, and let's see, where... We'll start getting this one after a new race, and if we can get an upfront payment for them after the next race, that's probably what I'm going to need to do, because I need money. I need an influx of money, even if it's in the short term. Okay, so onward we go. McGraw has a new haircut, plus 5 marketability. I've always expressed myself through my hair, and I just felt like I needed a change. Does nothing for his cheekbones. Oh my. New tour center for Dragon Speed to help them. Ardennes, 3.6 miles per lap. Lap record close to 2 minutes. Likely to be some rain, and engines are the key part, which is not going to help us. Glad we have a ride and handling facility, but we need to upgrade it. No. And brakes are done. Okay, what else can we fit in? Because I'm going to... Here's another good way to test. That would be 400K. That'd take us just over. And they say, nope. Okay, is there anything else that we can do for less than 400K? There is not. And there's our new brakes, which we'll get to at some point. More scouting reports that I'm not concerned with. Finally, the moment that all fans have been looking forward to is here, the start of the new season. Bicolors are looking at the team to beat. Strong driver along with an excellent technical team. New Alpine Matmet boss, the Timmix, will be out to impress the rest of the paddock. Any finish around second place would be seen as a hugely impressive result. Yeah, you're worried about the finances. We know. And our staff center is improved. Brakes R&D finished at TDS Racing. So all kinds of teams boosting things. Our finances are at $12.65 per race. In the negative. Yep, and my finances going south in a hurry. So if that comes in, we would be able to drop ourselves down to under 1,000,000, they say. 19 degrees, 17. I think we're going to want to go on the either the super softs or softs. We'll have to see what the lap differential is there. Unlikely that I'm going to want the mediums. And the other thing is, yeah, I don't think I'm going to put any more into mediums. We're going to want these for qualifying. I'm going to try this out. We'll go 8 and 6, and that may not even be enough because of how many tires we're, of course, going to have to use during the race. See, the race is just lap length because it's a 6-hour race in endurance. And part fitting, what do we think? 6th expected and 7th expected. Expecting us to finish middle of the pack. Hopefully we can exceed that expectation. The other thing I got to look at here is who in each car has the best feedback. So she's got 13, 15, 17. Muller is the high so far. I'll explain why I'm looking at that a little bit later, but Muller has 17, Negrau and Muck at 15. Okay. We're going to need that information for the practice session. Here we go. Time to embarrass ourselves in Belgium. Okay, so basically the deal is that we've got to pick which one we want. So driver setup preference. So that we can move this to, give an advantage to various drivers and so on. And I think what I'm going to want to do, I'll just leave it standard in the middle so that the middle driver has the edge for now. I'm not sure of a better way to do that. I can change the active driver here. Okay. So we'll make it Muller. But if I wanted to see who's better, I wouldn't be able, I can't click on them and find out the superior fitness, or feedback in this case, not fitness. Maybe a little more speed here. And we're definitely going to get off those mediums. Boy, the softs last a lot longer. What's our weather going to be like? It's clear so far. I just want to get the race stuff done first. And again, we have endurance level tires. So the estimated laps is a lot longer, but I still think the other thing is fuel tanks are only going to last 20% of the race. So 6-hour race, that means they're rated to last an hour and 12 minutes. And then I've got to see like how many laps that would be. And they were saying like a little under 2-minute laps. So we're looking at 36, 37 laps roughly, 38. Yeah, so we could get away with, we're going to have to refuel anyway. If we have to come in to refuel anyway, it's no big deal to switch the tires. So I think we do want to go with super softs. Okay. So, I mean, because we could go with softs, but like if super softs are going to last the distance, why? So let's go there. Super softs on both sides. And none of the drivers on this side are particularly great in sort of that whole area of feedback. So we're going to stick there. And let's go maybe about here. And I feel like there's... Whoops. Oh, yeah, that's right. I normally match these two. Okay, let's go... Because going back to the nose and the rear wing and, you know, the different setup for the different tires, it doesn't have ballast. There's just so many things that are changing compared to all my times in the GT series. I feel like there's going to be a learning curve for me. And unfortunately, this season is not long enough for me to have a very big one. So I need to pick this up pretty quickly. Now, let's not hang around. Let's get out there. Nope, race trim. And I'm actually going to bump that up to 8. Okay, pretty solid there. You can see it's got the 3 drivers for each car listed. And half an hour for the practice. So let's see. No sign of rain. I think we just want to buzz around, get our race trim, get some feedback on the car. More speed, says Mueller. And Castelli doesn't like it either, but doesn't say what's wrong. Mueller doesn't like the arrow either. But she does. Not exactly amusing to see other cars going back past us like we're standing still, but it is what it is. Wants better handling. So yeah, we're not super happy with things as is. However, I think I just want to stay out there and get this trim up as high as I can. Get it up to about 1.5 before we come in. Maybe a little higher. Yeah, I'll stick out for one more lap. Probably could have gone with the 4-lap trim. So we're looking towards the bottom so far with our times, but again, I never worry about that too much in practice. We wait till qualifying before we panic. Still very well may panic. We're just going to wait till then to do it. Okay, so we've got, let's see, we nailed the handling, probably more downforce. Let's go with 6.8 each on those, and then more speed, a lot more speed from what I'm hearing. Yeah. Let's try that. Race trim 4 laps. Same tires. Out you go. In comes Mueller. Yuck. 67% of Drek. Okay. I'm thinking higher downforce. Nope, not that high. Let's go maybe 6.2. And then more speed. It should be in the somewhere in the vague correct area there. And we'll try to run with that until we hit our level 3s. And switch over to qualifying. Looks like it's just going to stay dry, and we're going to keep moving things around here. So, speed it up again. Well, so we had mixed opinions on our downforce changes. I think we're going to be looking at one more lap after this one as the other cars continue to fly by. Thing is, all the money we're spending, if we don't do well this year, Chairman's gonna be displeased, shall we say. Yeah, let's come in here. Likes the speed balance, so some positive changes and some that did not appear to work as well as advertised. Too aggressive on the downforce. Okay. About exactly halfway through here. So we want to switch to qualifying and run all that stuff out. Let's make sure we hit that up. Definitely max length stint. Switching to softs. And then we're great here, though, except on that downforce. So we were at good. Okay, we want lower downforce. It was at 26.3. Let's take it down to 25.8. And we'll worry about these other corrections at another time. What from poor across the board to great across the board. 95%, and now we've just got to knock that in. Qualifying soft. I'm not sure which way to go, but I'm going to say, you know what, let's go back down the other way. Then a bit more oversteer, a bit more acceleration. And then we'll just see what they like of that, or is that the right way, is it the wrong way on these. So we'll be looking at taking one more stop, hopefully is it. And I don't know if we'll get qualifying maxed out all the way. And softs, it's going to be close. Weather's still looking great. We're at 16 degrees here. Let's see if our tires are going to cool off at all. Probably will, because they're softs. Yep, and they are. Not particularly quickly, but yeah, I like the idea of super softs for this race. We're just going to run as far as we can here, make one final change, minimal change, and then go back out for the last part to try to get level 3. We're going to get at least level 2 easily. There's Muller with his fastest lap, definitely improving our times. We seem to be not sucking quite as much now. Yeah. She flies up to 16th. Good, good, good. Yeah, we're running pretty much 2-minute laps here. So I think that's what we want to count on for the race. We're at level 2, just change whatever we can and finish up. %. We of course would want to adjust these two elements. Let's see, this was good. Okay, and great. And I think we want to go just a bit lower. Try just that little bit. And around comes Muller for his stop. I think we're going to make it, but it's going to be very close. Okay, we are at 2 of the 3 here. We stayed at 95% because we nailed these two, but we went the wrong way on the downforce. I do believe, because we were at, yeah, poor, and then this was great at 6.2. We took it down to 5.9. So let's go up to 6.5. Right there on the end. Qualifying it is. Same tires. And let's roll through these final times around the track. Likes the arrow, that's good. And there's the final lap there. And Muller on that final lap. I think we're just going to get there. Indeed. Less than 15 seconds left on the timer. Of course, we still got the rest of the time making it around. So there's really nothing else we could have done to be more prepared here. We'll see if that ends up mattering. We do seem to be middle of the pack here in our division as expected, but again, it's practice time. So getting out here tomorrow for the qualifying, that's going to be the big deal. And let's see our margin. Of course, you can see the division between Class A and B. And the slowest Class A car is 5 seconds better than the fastest Class B. So there's definitely a significant quality difference. As for us, about a quarter of a second back there, less than a full second here. So on a 2-minute track, I'm pretty happy with that level of competitiveness. Let's see if we can turn that into anything in qualifying. Well, we have a fan for life. I'd love to win for years to come, but I'd settle for winning for this year. Rebellion Racing wins practice. Duval's car was practice. We're going to have to, of course, get to know all these drivers as the season goes on. As a team, we weren't in the top 3 out of 6. Probably 4th or 5th, which, of course, is not super great. Okay, so let's see. We've got to decide. You must choose 2 drivers per car to take to the track. Their fastest lap times will be averaged by the GMA. The fastest average lap will take pole position. Okay. So it's which 2 do we want? Well, we'll take Muck and Mueller. And then Castelli and Goddard. And now, just for pure law of averages, the start's going to matter more. And then the last driver is going to be in the car less than the first 2 because of that 40% limit. So I'm thinking I'm going to want to go this. Balance it between the 2 faster drivers. I don't know why I've got, like, this is a 0.7 second gain and this is only a 0.5. And I'm not sure why that is. Now, the other thing is that the adaptability of that 3rd driver could play in there as well. But we're going to go with this. Okay, so super softs. Soft in qualifying. And, of course, we're going to go with super softs in qualifying here. I wonder how many super softs we're going to have left for the race, but that's a thing for another time. I may not have gone with enough of those tires. Okay, let's try to perfect our setups. So this was great, except now we nailed this. We've got to get these back. So we want a little bit more understeer, and then more speed. Nope. That would give me the speed. This looks like it might be off by a little bit more. I wonder if... Let's try that. I think that'll get us there or really close. Fresh set of tires. And then you are at 96%. And we need more oversteer on the handling. And quite a bit more acceleration. Okay. That should be about right. That's a little bit too far. That's about where I want to be, but then this is off a little much. I wonder if I do this. Yeah, I'm not sure how to get it exactly where I want it. Okay, I guess I do want it that far out. Okay, so let's go about there. We should be close, and of course it's going to be really important for us to try to hit this qualifying number. We'll send one group out right away, because I don't think we're going to have a huge amount of time. Might be better to wait, but I want to, let's see, if it's going to take 2 minutes a lap, 6 minutes for the first group. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, do I want to do multiple laps with each car? The track grip is going to go up, but I don't know if it's going to rain later. And since I've got to get, you can't fit in between the weather nearly as easily when you've got two different drivers on each car to fit in. So I think for now at least I just need to try to push on here and at least get times with both drivers. Oh boy, almost overshot that. Let's pull Castelli down. There we go. And let's see how Muck is doing. Looks like he'll be first to finish. His form is not the best, though. And we don't have a... It's not listing a time for him yet. Was first, dropping down. And of course, we've got all of the other drivers in there. Okay, so we're sitting... Okay, we're 14th and 18th after everybody gets through with their first round. And I feel pretty good about that because we just want to be in this 19th or better position. Okay. Let's see, what's our weather going to be like? It's still looking pretty good. So I think at this point maybe we can wait on the weather. Let's keep a sharp eye on that. Speed this up some, but keep a sharp eye on the weather. Because as long as the weather doesn't get worse... Now, I could try to fit in another lap with the drivers, but I think... The heck? Okay, I think if we look at our tire situation... I'm going to want 5 sets of tires for the race. And I don't have any extras. I should have brought along more super softs, but can't make that happen now. Now we're at 99% there. 98% here. Okay, so I'm happy with the setup. And if we just want to get around in time, you know, I think starting out at about 3 minutes should be sufficient. Yeah. So let's just go ahead and let's speed through this further. Well, we're going to have to change drivers. So let's make it 4 minutes. Just to make sure we got plenty of time. It takes a while to change drivers. Okay, now so here's the... This is interesting. Because it's got us way behind on our average lap, even though we haven't finished. And I think what's going on here, I'm not sure, but I think what's going on here is they've all got the second driver for a lap, and we get a penalty of some amount for not having the second driver having completed one. I don't know for sure that's the case. That's what I think we're doing. And I'm gonna do this at about 4.5. I just want to make sure that this doesn't take longer than I think. Better to get a slightly worse than possible time than to get no decent time at all. Yep, so we're gonna have really nice track grip there. And let's start slowing this down. Okay, so now we're going to switch to Muller. Okay, that's a 30-second change. We're going to switch you to better tires as well. And send you out. And I'm not sure what the right amount is, but as soon as you go out there, there we go, we will switch here to Goddard. Stick with the setup. Fresh tires for you as well. Let's just speed this up a bit until we get around the track. Well, no, I'm going to want to... It's not a hot dog it here while I'm trying to get the tire temperatures in place. So Muller at 5.6, Goddard at 4.2 once he gets his way out here. There he is with like 3 minutes left. I probably had almost a minute to spare, but that's fine. So if I brought more tires, I could have like potentially had the first driver, say, go like twice or something. There we go. Let's definitely back off. Come on. Get those tire temps down, Zane. Boy, I don't know if we're going to make it. Go down further. Ooh, got down to good, just barely. So yeah, I didn't time that out the most perfectly. Yep. Okay, so we had about a minute to spare there. Nice first sector for Mueller. And there's some other cars out now too. Getting a last second lap in, so we're not going to be sure of our position even then. Okay, there we go. Mueller is looking pretty good. Not happy with the lap, but it gets us up just in place with others coming in. Let's hope that Goddard has a strong finish here after a yuck middle section. Oh yeah, there we go. That should move us up plenty to get that first sponsor bonus. There we go, Maldonado for Dragon Speed on the pole, but we've got one car up near the front and one car near the back. So that whole qualifying deal is going to take quite a bit of getting used to. But we don't have time to worry about that now, because now we've got to get something done in the race at Ardennes. And one of the drivers from the other teams is really disappointed. TDS Racing fans have to be insane. It's basically masochism. Nothing really about us. We need to earn the right to have the press focus on us here in the WEC. Okay. Well, see, tire change is 50% faster, 15% faster in endurance races. I'm going to go with the Super Softs and the race trim. And let's see, car 2. We could do higher engine modes, don't impact condition. I actually don't plan on using higher engine modes. I'm going to go with the sort of the not slow, but the steady, and steady wins the race. I'm not going to be... I don't plan on going aggressive on the engines like ever. I can just lower my refueling for some of the pit stops. And then, you know, the tire wear is going to stay neutral unless I'm going to try to... unless I have a reason to do otherwise. I need to match that up to the fuel. What I want to do is match the tire wear use up to the fuel so that we're ready to change the tires when we need to come in for that. Okay, so like, we can change the fuel options, but I don't really want to do that. I want to keep the maximum amount of fuel because, again, that just means less refueling later on. Battery starts with 25% charge. I'm going to want to watch that whole ERS situation very carefully. Okay. And, of course, these are all Class A at the top. And Class B down at the bottom. And I think they do have a superior car in some aspects, just like they did in the GT series. Like the car itself is better, but I don't know for sure about that. Kez Thelye 4, 7 for Bjork, 4 for Goddard. Not super happy with that kind of form. Then down here, 7, 6, and 4. So we should start out reasonably well. Okay, and then this is also new. It's the rolling start. The cars at the front get going first, then we come in line behind them. So everybody's in motion. It's sort of just, it's basically like a pace car, virtual car lap to start. And we can't change. You know, I actually probably should have gone on low and backup, like really low fuel usage and stuff. Although our tire doesn't change at all. This is just like a free lap at the beginning. Our fuel's not going down. So I guess it really doesn't matter. Let's take a look at our weather. Everything's looking good at the start. Now if you look at this right here, this is something I don't like. You see how those tiny little sections? Like if it gets wet, how are you going to determine exactly when, you know what I mean, when the wet's going to be and not? It's going to be really hard to forecast those kind of weather changes. In any case, let's go ahead and speed this up until the race gets underway. Of course, nobody's going to be passing anybody right now. Safety car about to come in, and there we go. So I'm going to be using a lot of time acceleration here for obvious reasons. But having said that, I'm going to focus right now on just, you know, watching out the first few laps at normal speed. There we go. Now we've got the fired up thing here, but Muck is not fired up yet. So she should be doing quite well at the beginning, even though she's only driving at 4.1. And then we see we're harvesting energy. Want to see where that is at the end of the first lap. We've simply got the time left in the race. And then we've got how much time you've been in the car. You're required to pull them out before that 2 hour and 24 minute limit. So we are not doing too good. We are falling back in the pack. But I think a lot of that's probably because everybody else is driving more aggressive than us at the beginning, and I'm just sort of going to let them do that. Now, that's the opposite of the way I would approach a race in any other series, but I just don't think it's worth burning the tires and everything with as many pit stops we're going to have. I could be totally wrong about that because I don't know endurance very well. Okay, now they're just going to speed by. But I'll be depending, of course, if there's people we need to pass, I'll just be depending on the power boost button to do that. You see, we gained like 20%, 15, 20% on that first lap. So pretty soon here, we're going to be needing to use regular power boost. So I'm not going to be able to use as much time acceleration as maybe I would like. And we're definitely falling again behind the pace, but I'm going to have to see how this goes in more of a long-term approach before I panic about that. You can see Castelli now down to 90 endurance, Muck down to 86. And so I think it's time to start looking at, okay, where do we want to use our boosts? I think I like this section along here. We angle there. Then we seem to have a decent straight part until we take that little turn. Like this right here. I think that's probably as good of as any place on the track to go ahead and use our speed boost. Right after this turn into that section. So that's something I'm definitely going to want to practice. And with as much as we gain, I think it's going to be like an every other lap thing where I'm just going to be constantly hammering that power boost button. And frankly, just in terms of playability, I would much rather just not have the ERS for the endurance. But, you know, they didn't ask me. So We've got it. It is what it is. Yeah, and I feel like we're not falling behind the other cars nearly as much. We're a little more competitive now. And I'm going to fire it up for Castelli here. We need to start using those power boosts on this lap. There we go. Go ahead and get by. And I might have carried that a little bit too far. So we gained a spot, and I'm thinking I need to do this a few laps here to time out these power boosts before I speed up the race. But I'm thinking just alternating. Like, if we're doing this every other lap or something close to that, do one car on one lap, another car on the next lap, and so on. So I can time it out to a decent degree. Oh, and she fell back. She's battling for that spot up there. So we're just going to try to gradually work our way up the field into a decent position. And as long as we're not losing tons of time, of course, we don't have to... There's really nothing to panic about here. Just because of how much time there is. And here's Muck, waiting for that turn. There it is. And now we turn it off, coming into there. Okay, so we're sort of getting used to it. Oh, there we go. There's a nice move by Muck. Gains up another spot. So I think for right now, whoever has the highest, energy level on each lap is going to get a little boost there. Let's see if we can do this at ×2 speed. One thing is I'm going to get really good at timing out these power boosts because I'm going to get to do a lot of them. There it is. Yeah, okay, there's too much slowdown heading into that. So I think after we get around that corner, it just doesn't help to do it anymore. Which means I may need to find another spot even. Or maybe I'm just constantly power boosting. I think that may be a thing in this series, just constantly power boosting. Muck has gotten up there better. Castelli back down to last, which I don't like. Go. Yeah, I think about there we've got to stop it. We'll use them like 15%. And Castelli, of course, well out of the fired up zone now. Muck working his way towards it. Where else? 'Cause I've got to find another spot somewhere else on the track. Maybe we come out of this turn? Let's try it. We go through these turns. Comes out of that one here. There's a little hitch there going around this, but I think I still want to use it. She was up to 23rd, but then lost the spot again. Yeah, and then we're back around. Yeah, I'm going to need to be constantly power boosting in this. This is going to get really annoying fast. So I think maybe the car in front does this section, the car behind does that section. Now we switch. Switch back. And there we are. Muck is in the zone. Alright, I need to try to get used to this doing 4 times speed because this is going to be necessary as long as these races are. And I'm just going to have to try to not, blow any more of this energy than I can avoid. So, yeah. Muck still in the zone and looking to make his way up through some more traffic here. Oh boy, I missed his spot too. Okay, I'll just hold till the next one. Go now. Get by. Freaking get by. I ran it for too long. And then he lost the spot and then he gets it back. So he's in the middle of some serious traffic but trying to make his way up through the field. Yeah, this is going to be rough. Just wait for her to come around. Getting lapped by a Class A car. That's no surprise. Graves ran into him and gets... Okay. So it looks like no penalty there. And here's Muck. Might have overburned that a little bit as well. So I think I like, even though there's that little hitch where you're sort of wasting it, I like this stretch, I think, the best. Thelye up to 20 seconds. So I feel like overall, we are slowly moving up the field. And the other part about this is I got to start watching tire wear. We're going to have to push a little bit. Okay, so now back to her. And we're half an hour through this race. And yeah, the traffic is just going to be a constant thing with people lapping us. Down to 43. Where are you at? So yeah, I think this is going to be my section. And let's go back down to neutral. At least for now. And here we go. Got right up behind them, but couldn't get by. Still, if we can consistently use that, I think we might be able to consistently use that better than the opposition. Other cars getting by. And then if we want, that's not good, because Thelye locking up. If we want to do pit stops at 1 hour and 12, we're about halfway there. And I don't think these tires are going to last that long. Maybe they will. Just barely. We might just barely make it. I may have to consider switching to softs, although I'm not doing that if I can avoid it. Now here's Muck behind Brundle there. And he's lost his fired up ability. But what he hasn't lost is the power in his battery. So let's see if he can get a pass here. I think we did. And then lost it. So that's sort of a battle, but you know, we could potentially like get up here, whatever, but unless we win the pit stops by quite a bit, we're in trouble in this race. I mean, part of it is just because Thelye's driving is just abysmal at the moment. But I also think these tires are not going to last quite as long as I thought. And I have to get her on a boost on this next time around. Oh boy, we got already a car going into the pits to switch drivers. I think that's a mistake. I think that's too early. That could help us if they're, because I don't know how good their pit strategy is on these things. Oh goodness, I missed it again. She was a little bit there. Yeah, this is vital. Let's use... Doggone it, I was too late there. I've really got to stay on top of these power boosts. Muck is still not that far back. We're going to take another shot at it here. We just sneak in front. Now, I don't know if they may come back at us. But still, like, that's high enough for the sponsor bonus. And then we need to get one in for Thelye, who is several seconds further back. And just about to max out, by the way. Yep. We just did. And it's also clear to me that we had too much fuel in the car to start. We don't need the full 44. Well, I say too much. We're not going to need to fill up to that much again, is what I really mean there. Okay, let's get a brief one here for Muck to sort of burn some of this off. There we go, and then okay, because Thelye this lap around. So pretty much set in place here. I think we're going to have to try to burn these tires down quite a bit. And Brundle got by. That's okay. We've got more power to fix that. But we didn't, really. And I think one of the issues is some of the other cars using longer tires. They've got more life in them still. Let's see. Keep power boosting. Keep power boosting. $31 and 24% because of that lockup. Nope, not yet. Come on, get around here. Boost. Do something with it. It's driving at 8.0, which is nice. But Brundle now into his fired up point. And yeah, we're either going to win the pit stops or we're in serious trouble. I don't think there is any, any door number 2 when it comes to that for us here. So we're going to want to pit. The pit stops are going to take a while. That's number 1. We'll definitely have Thelye come in first, especially where those tires are. I want to come in when it gets close to 112, and we got a few more laps to get through first. And one of the things I'm really curious about is how much fuel do we have left? No, that's not where I wanted it. I jumped the gun. Gah. Yeah, I know it is. Hang on. So we definitely want to keep the tires down as much as possible. We are 18th for the moment because we had a group hit. They're right behind us. So that's temporary. Okay, we're getting close now. 107. Not there yet, but we're getting close. Maybe 2 more laps here. Fuel is just fine. Now, yep, and that's fine. We like it that way. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to slow this down, and you're going to come in. I think I might have just missed it. I did just miss it. Doggone it. Nonetheless, we're going to switch to fresh tires. Now our parts are fine, so we're not going to do any repairs. Recharge battery, no way. Pit strategy, we'll do balanced. 15% risk is bad enough. Yeah. And it looks like we're at... it takes about 33 laps of fuel to get to the next one. So let's go up to 34. 33 and a half? Nope, 34. So that way we can consistently run lower on fuel than we were that first session. Of course, the tires are pretty bad. Look, who's in front? Muck's in front. Let's get him around there to his next boost. And then he will come in the next time around. There we go. Let's do that. Fresh tires. Fuel up to... we'll give him 33. Parts are fine. Etc. Like the parts... maybe there's not going to need as much repairing, because I'm surprised at how long those are lasting. The other thing about this is, like... all the drivers are going to be... hold on, I think I'm screwing this up. All the drivers are going to be exhausted. Do we... pause. Yeah, I screwed up her. But I think what I've got to do is I've got to change a driver every time. And then the idea is that they'll be recovered enough to go out for another session. And I totally did not get that at first. So, I already screwed up hers. Let's not screw up his as well. Fuel option. Let's see. Part condition. Not quite that much. Yeah, let's go there. Okay. And the problem is, this is going to mean she needs another pit stop. But I'm gonna need to take her down to about when she gets in the danger zone. I think. I'm not sure what I'm gonna want to do with that, because I've really screwed up there. Okay, so that's a long pit stop, but they say it's pretty good. Okay, so here's Castelli. Let's get back to speeding around. She's in last. He's in 23rd. And I feel like I've just got a lot to learn about this. Can't really use that much of a boost there. Huh. Yeah, let's keep with it around to this corner. And Compton comes in for the first stop. Hitting the fired up zone is Muller, which is nice. So I think maybe a shorter boost here and then more along there. Up. Okay, let's see if I can at least... Yeah, you go. Having trouble keeping up with the power boosts, and I'm trying to also just sort of analyze the situation. What can I do? What should I do? Yep, you hit that one late as well. And you're about to come out of this. And let's just see. Yeah, you can see Stefan Muck has gained some back. So I think you do one stint, second stint, third stint, fourth stint, fifth stint. And then this driver only gets one. I think that's the optimal way to play this. Maybe I'd stick with one driver, give them both boosts on the same lap, and then switch to the other one. Something like that. Now, the thing is, Castelli is going to need to come in. This is going to throw off the whole rhythm. I'm going to want to... Boy. You know what? I'm going to say burn your tires. Okay, so he's got the most energy. There are just so many things about this that I have to get used to. And meanwhile, we're like a quarter through the race. It feels like I've been doing it for a while. Picks up a spot, at least for the time being. Their tires are worse. I think it's right to match tires to the pit stops. That only makes sense. Yep, and now she's into the danger zone. I've got to bring her in. Boy. I guess we just use one of these barely used tires and have them push them as well through the end of... Well... No, I'll save that for her at the end. That's what I want to do. Switch to new tires. Fuel options. Back up to 34. Nothing there. Definitely swap out the driver. With Goddard. Why is he up to 4.5 stars right now? I don't care. Oh, is that because of the pit setup? Anyway. Yeah. So we're gonna eat an extra pit stop here, and it's probably gonna laminate them into last. But you know, there's no getting around it. So. Yep, and she's asking me to take her out of the car. Okay, so there's where it shows them switching. Up at the top. Goddard goes back out. And please back off to normal use of your tires. Let's see, tire temperature. It's going to get a little warmer. Okay, so we got to get back on these boosts. And Goddard is way the heck behind with little hope of doing anything but staying there. Okay. Mueller, on the other hand, yeah, he could have a halfway respectable position in this race. Well, that car could. Not just him, of course. But that was not the best little session there for him. Boy, I'm still not timing these right. Goddard still has the most energy. Let's stick with him. Here we go. Missed that one, but we don't have a lot of build-up energy at the moment, so that's okay. Yep, that was late. Switch back to Goddard. And on it goes. Ah. Press the button. Good grief. He slipped behind Stoneman. He had it there for a second. Time for Goddard to show us how it's done here for a while. Of course, you can see 40-some seconds behind everybody else, so he can show us whatever he wants. It's only going to do limited progress. Boy, swung by on that turn. Let's see if we can stay there now. I think we have a decent shot at it. Picked up another spot up to 18th. So Mueller is looking pretty good at the moment. And we are gaining time here with Goddard. I just don't think it's going to be enough. We do still have another 4 hours of this. I think my time in the endurance, I'm sure I'll get used to it and get better at it, but to a certain point, it's time I'm going to endure. I'm going to survive my time doing this. Find myself mentally already looking forward to single-seaters when we've got a lot of this left to go. Goddard just trying to chew up that track. And at least what we have done here is we've offset our pit stops for the drivers. Let's take a look at now. Yeah, Muck was down around 38 last time we checked. So you can see he's looking great. And then we could kind of play this game of, okay, who's got the most form at the moment? So there's so many variables that just are not present. Like, strategically, I do have to admit this is interesting. Like, there's so much more at play. It's a totally different environment. But it's going to take me some time here. Back to Goddard. We're just seeing who needs to chew through the energy. And we're doing a good job keeping the energy fairly low here. So that I like. And I like this section the best. I'm going to try to limit it to that as much as I can. Now that we have quite a bit of energy, like if we get super close on energy, then I'll go back to this section down here. But I like this right up in here. I like that as a better approach. And Mueller's got about half an hour left. We're passing the 1/3 mark here, and you know, in terms of how well we can do, I think we might be able to get him up another spot. Yep. Wait for him to come around again. We'll hit the same section. Now, it's several seconds there, but he's also got a good gain there. And you can see, like, Goddard is now Guerreri has come in and pit. But that gap is under 20 seconds. Five-second and change ahead. No, we are not pushing the fuel. Absolutely not. We're limiting our refueling time is what we're doing. And I need to do some calculations to see if that's actually better. But so Goddard is next. Should have used another spurt for Mueller there. Yeah, we're losing for sure here. And he's now out of his fired up zone. And I feel like overall Mueller is gradually gaining on Turvey, even though they have fresher tires. Now the question is, can he hang out there with these tires? He's going to have to try. It's going to go up and then back down. Let's see. Well, Mueller's closer to the spot I want him to be at. So we'll burn him and then we'll switch. Yeah, but he's gaining ground there. Just I can never just sort of pause and relax and enjoy what just happened because I've got to move on to the next power boost. On the other hand, since they're on sort of like opposite sides of the track right now, I may be able to get away with just switching back and forth. Yeah, we lost some serious time there to them. They may be fired up, or they might have used a bunch of power boosts. I don't know. Yeah, this switching back and forth, as long as I can do it and consistently hit this spot, this is working. And then we're about to get interesting on the tires, but he doesn't have that much longer to go. Not yet. We're not far away, but not yet. And another group coming into pit. And Mueller up ahead of them for the moment. We actually don't have much left in the gauge. Goddard now under 12 seconds behind Guerreri. So I think we're getting some good work done in figuring this out. And let's see. Yeah, even Turvey up here. Well, they were the ones I was chasing before. It's 6 seconds. I missed that one. That's no big deal. I'm going to come back around. Now, let's see. When I do pit, Muck is getting close, but he's not there. I don't think we can do this back-to-back thing. I think they need... If we're going to run full stints, they need that time to rest. And you can only stay out in the car for so much anyway. We're definitely going to go towards Negrão. Goddard under 10 seconds now. Well, it was. .109 for Mueller. All right, let's get him in after this lap. Switch. Switch tires. Yeah, I like where that fuel ended up. And Goddard now down to 7 seconds and change. Let's see where Mueller ends. Here's our pit stop. And the unfortunate thing about Negrão is he's not controllable. Because when he's in the fired up, he takes no orders. Yeah, he's going to burn the tires, you idiot. Whatever, we ride with Goddard. Maybe I should have given him soft tires. If the margins weren't this close, you know, on the tires, it wouldn't be a big deal. But the margins on the tires are this close. If anything, I want to keep him out there extra. Although I don't think I'm going to be able to, because to get him over the limit for his stint. All right, Goddard back to 10 seconds now back. He's lost some time here. Oh my goodness, stop driving the tires that hard, Negrão, you idiot. I may regret having hired him back. That's a good idea. Why don't you do that? I can't make you do it, so what's up? Yeah, and then of course he's not going to have enough fuel. Ugh. Well, until he comes out of that mode, I'm going max. Yeah, I'm real aware of that. Well, he won't let me do anything, so, I mean, will he let me... Oh, he will let me do that. Okay. Good. Glad you can't keep up those lap times anymore. Yeah, we're going neutral conserve. No, just burn it. Okay. So he's kind of right here behind Ferrucci, who just pits. And let's see, Goddard, where are you? You've definitely got the most energy. We've got a... Yeah, let's burn you a bit there. Do another burn we get around here, and then we should be... Yeah, we should be offset enough, I hope. That's actually a good question. How low are you? Yeah, you've only got a couple more laps, actually. Negrão? Yeah, there's not enough of a gap in between them, I don't think. So go ahead and use this here a bit. Then you do whatever. And let's see, for Goddard, it's time. Okay, so switch tires, swap driver, and you're not up all the way, of course. No way you could be. Fed Bjork is coming out. Tires. Parts, still good. Pit strategy, balanced. Let's leave all of that as it is. No! 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 Ugh. Forgot to fuel up. Endurance racing is going to half kill me, I think. Yes, fuel options. We swapped the driver. We did the fuel options. Parts. I just need to make sure I check everything all the way down because there's just more. Okay, McGraw. Since they're pitting, let's try to do something useful here. Stick neutral on fuel, conserve on the tires for a bit more. I'm trying to undo the damage previously done. Here's Bjork is out. And we get by another... No! We get by another group in the pit stop. Yeah, I think that was Gonzalez there. You can see now Bjork is well behind. It's like 30 seconds. I still think we're overall catching the field there. I don't know that it's going to get us anywhere. Kind of curious. So where does Negrao end up? Yeah, we've gone too much already. Go neutral. No, I don't want you to pit. And we just missed your spot. Here comes another group coming down pit row. It really depends on how the pits end up at the end. Whether or not we have a good stop with the Negrao car, Muck and Mueller, the other drivers, or good finish. Maybe, you know, 4th or 5th, or we end up towards the bottom. Meanwhile, with this car, anything that is not dead last, we will be very happy about. Nonetheless, I do like this alternating thing, and there he moves up again. And not that far behind Ferrucci. Turvey is well ahead, but Turvey has not stopped for that second time yet. There's Bjork, about 25 seconds now off the pace. Of course, we have that extra pit stop in there that's not doing us one bit of a favor. And the other thing is that makes me feel pretty happy about this is these cars that are waiting longer to pit, I think that means that they're going to have to do extra pit stops later to switch drivers because we're going right to the limit of how far the driver's allowed to go time-wise, and they're going beyond that. So, feeling good about that whole situation. But again, we're just going to have to wait and see how it all plays out. Okay, we're down to 2+ seconds behind Ferrucci. Switch back here because we've got to get some stuff going for Bjork. He's 20-some seconds behind. Definitely making progress there. You know, I basically feel like we're probably the only group using the right tires, doing a lot of things right, but not everything. Definitely not everything as we've seen. Yeah, that's about 3 seconds there still. Bjork gradually closing in. No, I wanted you to fire that stinking power booster. And now we can, like, take a lap or two off for Negrao, who was down to 1.4 seconds, or what was. Okay, yeah, about 2 seconds off the lead there. Not the lead, the next car in Ferrucci. We're a lot further than that off the lead. But the other thing is, I don't think that we're losing. We're only 40 seconds. Okay, well, they have pit twice now. We're 40 seconds off the top position there. And that has not gone up a great deal since early in the race. So I think we've reached the point of being vaguely competitive. Bjork now under 20 seconds, looking to shave a little more off of that. And we are now past the halfway point of this wonderful, joyous race. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We need to push your tires. Yep. I just noticed. Push your tires a little bit. I don't want to do it for very long. Not for like 1 second. Longer than I have. Let's get up to about to that first line and then go back. Perfect timing there for Bjork. Get a little bit of a speed boost in. He's down to 16 seconds. Back to Negrao, who has Guerreri hot on his tail. Let's go neutral. Time for you to get back into the speed boost game again. But on the other hand, right ahead is Ferrucci, so we're right in between vehicles after 3 hours of racing. And there goes by for the moment. And Negrao getting a little bit close to the end of his rope here, but he has longer to go. And his tires are actually doing a little better than I thought they might. We are going to try to keep him out there for just a couple extra laps if we can get away with it. He slingshots around that turn without any help, without me having properly hitting the speed boost as I should have done. Bjork now under 16 seconds, seeming to gradually still gain bits. 3 seconds behind Ferrucci and company. But now closing that down to not much at all before they boost it up again. So back on fourth, and here's Bjork. Yeah, Negrao's the only one with that rogue trait. And now we're back to like 4 seconds behind. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of consistency in it right now. Wow, less than about 8 seconds now. So Bjork could very well be the first person in that car to actually move up a spot since the early mishap with the pit stops. And Negrao just trying to keep it as close as he can with Ferrucci. Missed that one for Bjork. That gap just does not seem to be changing, and neither does this one. 8 seconds, even though we're fired up. That dropped it down some. Whether we can keep it down some is another matter. Now we're starting to chew that up even more. And the Grau holding closer, and he's got one more speed boost on this next lap. Can he get close to a pass? It does seem like we're getting like 12, 13% a lap. Yeah, he's right there, so he's going to probably want to wait a lap in between now. This is exhausting, what this is. Arudzev must be one of the Class A drivers that's just sort of in our way. But Bjork closing in. Let's see about Negrau. Yeah, he's back to 2 seconds plus. Then again, he is nearing the end of his personal session here. A few more laps to go. Oh, I look at Bjork, and Chang now has repair issues in front of him. I'm wondering how much we're going to need to repair. Because that could be a big, big factor. Once again, keeping it close. Burned that a little bit too long there. Yeah, Negrau appears to be fading now compared to Ferrucci. But I still need to keep him out there longer. Let's go ahead and push a little bit. Grau will take this next lap off. Bjork, well, that's okay. That's okay, sir, you did well. Oh, we are very aware of that. No, there isn't. Not when I want to keep you out there. Yeah, Negrau now just not able to keep up anymore. But we're still going to keep pushing him out there. That little stint there didn't help, but he did get by Chang. So I can't complain about it too much. No, it's not enough. Ferrucci into the pits. Couple more laps for Negrao. We lost the spot here, but we're going to get it right back. So that battle there with Chang for last. And it doesn't matter that much that only the top 10 get points when there's only 12 racers. 12 cars on the track. So yeah, Negrao now out of energy. And hold on. He's low on fuel too. Yep, he's got to come in this time. Want to keep him out there a little bit longer. That's not going to happen. And either one of the other drivers are ready to go. Let's get Mueller back out there. Okay, so fresh tires. Give him 34. Let's be safe with it. Don't need to repair anything yet. We might not need to repair anything this whole race. If we can get away with that, that would be huge. So, we're going to go with that. And then Bjork, where are you? You are ready to burn. And you're not that far behind Beret here. But on the other hand, they're not where we are on pit stops. So that's a huge difference. And here's Mueller coming out in 21st. He'll work on powering his way back up the grid. And let's see, Bjork will be up next. And our cars are pretty close together here, which is not the way I like it. But I might be able to go away with that because they're not going to be close together for long. That's on account of the fact that Bjork will not be out there that much longer. Pushing our way now towards the 2-hour mark of this first epic of many epic races to be had. A little bit late cutting out of that. Mueller looking to get by Gonzalez, who still hasn't pit for the third time. Getting my head down for a few laps. It's what I like to see. You go get it done, Mueller. Meanwhile, how about yeah, Bjork is next up for the power boost. Go, 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 go. That was pretty good timing. Yes, it is, but you're still going to stick out there. It appears that Negrao is pretty good on the tires, which sort of countermands his going rogue thing and pushing him too hard. But I do think that with him, I need to give him a little bit more fuel. In the future, I want to give him a little bit more fuel for his stints. That wasn't bad, so we're trying to catch up there to Gonzalez and get by him before they pit. Switch up to Bjork. And of course with Mueller, we need to pit him the lap before he would go over on time. And if I cut this stuff too close, I'm going to feel really dumb. Because I'm sure there's some type of big penalty for going over that that mark. Again, he's right there, right behind, and then Milner right up ahead also, who has had 3 pit stops. So that would be a pass that would be sort of a permanent pass for us. Bjork is just not getting it done right now. Yes, that would be outstanding. They've got repair issues. So we're keeping our car together better. Part of that is just the reliability. So it appears that the parts are generally made to last for the entire race, even though it's a much longer race. It's like that the parts that we use are more endurance type parts, which would make sense. Get by. There we go. There's a pass. Moving back up towards top half of the field, and yeah, okay. Use all that energy. That's fine. We'll come back at you. Bjork, 0.9 laps left to go. 0.86. I'm going to go low and try to get him around one more time. I may regret that. That's what I'm going to do. Meanwhile, that was a much better pass. Let's see if we can keep it in front now. You're definitely going to have to come in this time. Okay. Now, we short stint Keslethi next, or we put Goddard back out there? And I don't ever really have a particularly good reason for picking one way or the other, but I'm going to go with... Yes, I do. Hold on. No, because he's not quite up to max. He's close, but he's not quite there. So we need to bring her back out. And then since we've got to switch tires anyway, let's switch to the best one we've got left. We can push those tires a bit. Yep, says we're going to be out of fuel. 34, part condition is fine. Now let's see. Let me check the fuel options. Now, if we were to max out, okay, 1 lap of fuel. So this would be 1.1. Like if we had max fuel to start the race, it would be costing us 1.14 seconds per lap. And it doesn't take, when you swap out the driver, yeah, so I need to drop it down this time, because the pit stop time is for swapping out the driver. That's the main cost there. So starting with lower fuel at the beginning doesn't actually cost me more time to refuel it, because they're still waiting for the driver to switch. That's what I need to be doing. Okay, so let's see about Bjork. 0.8. 0.4. And out of fuel. Yep, okay. That was not a smart move. It wasn't that far away, but it was nonetheless not a smart move. Okay, now we switch over to Mueller, who just got past the turn. Guess the good news is that car was already screwed, so it's just even more screwed. We're under the 2-hour point. Okay, go medium. And we're going to be pushing your tires later on, Vivian. We'll be alternating back and forth between pushing your tires. And I shouldn't have filled up the fuel that much either. I could have gained more time by not filling up the fuel. Grrr. Okay. Is what it is. Need to get back in the saddle. And back to normal speed now for Mueller. And there's a pit and a repair. And that's something that should really help us out. Especially if I remember to not screw up the driver boosts. We have a lot of energy to burn now. So I really need to be on top of this. Alternate burn, alternate burn, alternate burn. And these two are also going to be coming in at just about the same time. Possibly even on the same lap. And if that happens, it's going to suck. Because, of course, of the whole stacking cars in the pits deal. Montero retires with mechanical issues. How about that? Oh, they're not even in our... I think that's a Class A car. I was all getting excited. But beating a Class A car is not that exciting, and they're not even on our list here. Yeah, there's very little difference in time between our drivers. So, let's see. 112.32 for Goddard. And then we're going to want to switch over here to Muck, who is 115.34. Okay, so we're going to want to pit this one first because Muck has less time to spare. So Mueller pits first. And boy, the other thing is, if he's at 115, he's got 109 left. I think we're going to have enough time. I think we are going to have just enough time to get everything in. It's going to be close, though. Okay, speed it up. And up next is Kez Thelye. Just plain old Vivian is fine for now. Just you keep going. You keep going. We should finish no lower than 6th there with Mueller. And now that still sucks, but come on. Keep knocking down that. Yeah, okay. Go ahead. Speed burst, A-class. Bye. See you later. "17 seconds there, and we are 7 seconds off. Group that just pit, which means they're going to have to pit again. So I think we're going to move up here. I think we have an advantage in the pit strategy, which typically the human will do in these kinds of games. So if I can keep working on the other things, annoying power boosts and all, then I think we can get to a competitive point. But it's going to take some work. Our goals for this year, I don't know about them. Our chances of winning the championship this first year, which I was thinking about, I'm not liking the odds of it. Not liking the odds of it at all right now. But first things first, we're getting our teeth into this, and we've got to see what happens. Mueller's still making gradual progress, but also gradual progress in burning up his battery life. So it may not, in the end, be all that exciting. It'd be nice to get by them. And yeah, like, see, these three are not that far. I messed up there. Okay, that's all right. You see, this is turned yellow now. Okay, it's turned yellow because we're within a certain distance of the maximum time. We had another group have to pit and repair. Because I don't think it's out of the question for us to finish as high as even third in this. I don't think we'll finish third. I think we'll finish like fifth. But it's not completely a conclusion that we don't. Up to 21st. And could very well get 20th for Castelli. By which we mean, you know, like 7th or whatever in our section. And yeah, now this is all messing with me now because the one that retired. But these, okay, it's automatically listing only our section. The number doesn't matter. What matters is how far we are down in our section. Gotta get that through my head. Okay. There very well could be some more retirements. We still have an hour and a half to go, so we just need to keep plugging away. Keep plugging away and see how far up we can rise. Not far now there behind Brundle. How does never sound? I'm going to go with never. Also, I'm going to go with push your tires. We seem to be losing ground here, definitely. Yeah, okay, they're probably pushing those because they just came out of the pit stop. It's okay. The thing is, they're going to have to pit again. Almost certainly. There's Castelli pulling by, using that increased use of the tires. Whoa, got a little bit late on that push. And I think we are, I don't know if we're gaining on that one at all. Hard to see whether Mueller is making progress or not. We've got a little bit to go here before we really have to make our move. Ooh, almost got by up to another spot. Castelli working on it. So the refueling time on the pit stops being, basically irrelevant. That's a big deal here. Going to be a big change for my strategy. Oh, for Pete's sake. Finally did pull by there, but got stuck behind for too long. And here we go. We're getting by here. Move. That's what I like to see. So I like to see right there. We're now up to 5th in B class. Let's back off the tires, Vivian. Mueller up to 15th now. Let's see, 4th in B class. McKellis and Rollins a significant ways ahead. We would need some help from the pit strategy or whatever to catch them. Okay, so now we're under 10 minutes before Mueller has to be out of this car. That's nice. You don't get to. We're actually under that amount of time before they both need to be out of the car. But, let's see now. We've got an hour 12 left, and he can go like an hour 8. So that's sort of my guideline on when to yank him. Given the sort of tightness of the time constraints here, I think I'm just gonna yank Mueller as soon as I can get away with it. Meaning as soon as his replacement is able to go. I think that's one more lap. Now we're at 110. Yeah, by the time we get around there. Okay. We're going to switch to Stefan Muckel. We're going to switch to fresh tires. Go there. Park condition. We should be fine. We're going to go the rest of the way on these. Okay. And then Castelli, when do you pit? You want Goddard, who can go almost 112. Maybe we should have done you already. In any case, we're going to go around one more lap with you, and then you're going to come in. All right, so you stop. Fresh tires. Won't need a lot of fuel here. Parts. Fine. Recharge. Pit strategy. Really? How is that only 28 seconds when we're... Oh, because we're not... I didn't put the new driver in. That could have been embarrassingly bad. Mueller comes in. I believe we made it in time. Stefan Muck's going to get back out there and finish this race. Okay, so he's got... Yep, he's going to be able to finish. Castelli. Well, we're cutting it kind of close here, you might say. You're going to come in with less than a minute. Okay, and you've got plenty of time. Not worried about your time. Okay. So here we go. Speed it back up again. Last hour of racing, last pit stop complete. We had no mistakes on the whole race from what I can see on our pit crew. Now, Muck, how far up can you get? You're going to get by Jorg. They've got to pit again. They've got to pit again. They've got to pit again. You should be able to get at least up to there. At least up to 4th in our group. That's respectable. And, you know, it would probably be respectable, something close to that with the second car, if I wasn't such a screw-up of a manager. So, team principal, I should say. But, you know, time comes. So we are right now 5th and 11th. Getting lapped for the umpteenth time by the race leaders. And we have a nice gap between the cars, so we're going to keep this a-rolling. Nope, you don't. Please tell me you don't. We're fine on energy there. We'll just follow Muck around here. We've got a big gap here. Who has to come in? Does anybody have to repair in this final hour? All of those things. Those are all going to come into play. And Goddard moves up thanks to the latest people pitting, up in 10th now. I'm kind of surprised that the gaps after this much time aren't bigger, because we're like a 1-minute gap here on the leaders, and it's going to be less than that by the time we finish. Trying to narrow that down, and we should... Yeah, I would expect that most of the cars have to pit after us. Some of them already have. So I don't have a really good beat on that. I think we're just still in wait-and-see territory. Get as close as we can for as long as we can, and see what happens. Could very well have, you know, Goddard move up another couple spots. Want to go ahead and save some of that power there now. All right, well, you go get it then, Zane. You go get it. Ah, the race leaders in Class B are repairing. That is huge. Huge, huge, huge. Yeah, they're behind us now. That's a spot I was not intending to get. And where are they? The ones that have McKellis. I don't... Oh, there. Okay, so they slapped on some used tires for the finish? Am I reading that right? Oh, you just went by the gauge, so we'll wait another lap for you. Yeah, don't get caught repairing. So big. Goddard gaining ground, and now we're in fired up zone for Muck. We are 4th and 9th right now. So if I had not screwed up that first set of pit stops, if I'd understood what I'm supposed to be doing with switching the drivers, we would have a very, very respectable finish here. As it is, I'm not going to totally embarrass myself doing horrible either. We were picked 6th and 7th. I think we're going to actually exceed, at least on balance, that prediction. So, yeah. It was looking rough for a long time, and it's still not great, but definitely could have been worse. So I think this team is probably done pitting. They probably beat us. Brundle's still got to come in. Maybe we catch them. Yeah, so we could get as high as 3rd yet. Yeah, okay, missed that. We're still doing pretty good. Got fairly low power bars, though. I don't have to hit this every lap. We don't have enough energy to hit it every lap. I just need to hit it more often than not, basically. And of course, this is our time to shine if we're going to have one. Both drivers in fired up mode. And that's Muck running out of energy. Still losing ground, if anything, here. Yeah, so unless somebody pits or whatnot, we're finishing 8th with that car. But we are now up to 3rd. So, be interesting to see if that goes up at all. But the Brundle, now Turvey, behind us. Let's see, let's switch over to Muck here. Eleven, 12 seconds. Over half an hour to go. I don't think we closed that gap, but it's not out of the question. Just thinking their tires are going to be better than ours at a certain point. And Goddard dropped back into normal racing. Seems to be gaining more on them now. They've probably burned through their initial "we're going to fry the tires" mode. Chilton here, clearly the winner. Not really any question about that. Unless they have to pit. Which I don't think they will, but I don't know how long it's been since they did. I don't know how much time their drivers have. Can I see that? Yeah, I cannot. I didn't expect that I'd be able to. Oh. that sucks. You know what? There's enough time left. You're going to low. I didn't think they were going to drop that far. You're going to low and you're going to try to leg this out. Goddard, how are you? You're not that far yet. So, yeah. Got more drivers pitting with repairs. We're sticking out there. Half an hour is like 13 laps. That's tough with, you know, I don't at all know that we can do that. We definitely got to stay on low with muck and just try to ride it out. So we weren't doing quite as well as I thought. I'm definitely glad I started on neutral. But we're now in 3rd and 6th with Goddard. So if we make it, then we're going to be looking pretty excellent here. If. And I'm wondering, because Muck is going to have just enough time, but does it stop the clock when this ends, or do you have to finish the next lap after that? Because if so, he could get hit. You know what? There's only so much stuff I can worry about in my debut. I just got to wait and see what happens. It's freaky when you see all the drivers coming up behind you, but then you actually have plenty of, you know, distance, because it's like they're only actually 6 seconds behind from the nearest rival. These are all Class A cars. It takes some getting used to. Cars coming up and passing you, but you actually don't care. Less than 20 to go. How's your car doing? Hasn't dropped any more. I'm feeling a lot better about making it through. But it's only 4 seconds now, the gap behind us. Up to nearly 5 now, but we're definitely going to have to watch that. We finished 3rd and 6th. We should be no worse than 3rd overall, which should be tolerable for the chairman. He's not going to jump up and down, but he shouldn't be crying about it either. And that gap is about 5 seconds. Be a lot easier to just watch it down here, of course. Oh, Chilton repairing and pit stopping with 15 minutes to go. Wow. But I don't think they actually paid for it. No, they just lost most of their lead. They had enough of a lead to actually get away with that. Well, good for them. Bad for us. You can see we got like a 30-second gap on either side for this car. So they're 6th. Goddard and friends are 6th. And Muck's lead once again going away. Really want to make sure we hit that power boost. And then, yes, I'm very aware we have excess fuel. Car can't handle pushing though. Down to about 10 minutes. And if they get closer, I'm really going to have to consider going back up to medium, neutral. Still 18 and 19. Only a few laps to go. And we should have enough power to basically boost every lap from here on out, at least really close to it. So I'm hoping that's enough to hold them off. And another group of pit stoppers late, and we're up to 3rd and 5th now. Amazing. Winning the pit stop war in endurance racing. I've learned many things about it today. Boy, still only 3 seconds. That is getting tight. On the other hand, so is the remaining time. And he doesn't have a big lead there, but he should have enough. Oh, they're fired up too. That's going to complicate things. Still almost 3 seconds. 6 minutes to go. Basically 3 laps. Come on, let's hold on to our spots. You've got 5 seconds here, Goddard. You know what? At least for now, you're going to go high. And you haven't lost anymore. You go back up to medium. We're going to watch those fuel indicators. Okay. Now we need to be hitting that boost every time. It's actually past that point. 3 seconds here. And what's your gap? 4? Should be good. This should be the last lap. We're only looking at 30. What? Oh, you jerks. How did you make up that much time that fast? Race ending, waiting for leader to cross finish line. Okay, but it did shut off our time in car. We made it by 44 seconds over here. Goodness, they burst up there at the end. We lost spots. We were at 3rd and 5th. We fell back to 4th and 6th right at the end. That's frustrating. Piria gets the win. Still, could have been much, much worse. So that was the first endurance race that I've ever finished. And yeah, it was exhausting. Various penalties. Again, they're showing everybody in once, confusing standings, all of that. And we get 12 points for that group and 8 points for that group. Overall in the team's championship, we are second, well behind Dragon Speed. But still, the chairman should be happy with second, just ahead of these groups. Baikalis, the team that was expected to do well, expected to win at the beginning of the year, down to 4th. Like watching me, Mom. Nice. Thank you. Don't worry, Alpine Matma. You'll be with the big boys in Class A in no time. I would hope so. Okay. So, Car 1 stats. Nobody got better. How exciting. And is there a way to see Car 2? Chairman happiness boosted. Marketability boosted. Here's Car 2. Okay, it just shows you that next. Kesthelyi is improving, but that's it. Still, I'll take it. We lose 785K. And so now we can buy nothing until we get new sponsors. But we should get one here. Should be getting new sponsors in very, very soon. So that was Ardennes. What do we have to say about this? Well, obviously the races are really long. It's endurance. We've got some work to do. But I understand the strategy much better now, and I think we're a competitive team. Tall order probably to catch Dragon Speed this year. Might have to wait till year 2. We got finances to sort, but we'll do the best we can. We're off to Black Sea next time in Russia. We got a month to get ready for that and deal with the sponsor and financial situation so we can design more parts.